Hi, Virgo and Virgo rising. Here's your horoscope for December 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, here we are in the final month of 2024, and we do have a strange month ahead. And this has a lot to do with Mercury, your ruler, being retrograde. We also have Mars going retrograde, and we have 2 new moons this month. And so this makes it a very interesting month for energy, and it's going to feel very weird and very strange. So get ready, okay? So this reading's for anyone who has a sun sign in Virgo or has a rising sign in Virgo. This is a general sun sign reading using the tropical whole house system. It's a very basic reading, just outlining some of the stuff that I see. And of course, your birth chart is much more accurate. So this is, take everything with a grain of salt and see if it makes sense to you, okay? So we start off the month, we see that the sun and Mercury, your ruler, and the moon right here in the 4th house of home, feeling, and foundation. So many of you are thinking about moving, or maybe you recently moved. Maybe you're thinking about remodeling, or you're thinking about doing something to the home. Maybe you're doing something with your family. This is all on the table this month. But because Mercury's retrograde, that means the past. So within yourself, you're questioning yourself, your direction, where you want to be. There's a sense of, I need more security in my life. That's what the 4th house represents. It represents the foundation. But because these energies are so wonky this month, we're not going to be able to get any clarity. Let's put it that way. So it's revisiting the past while new opportunities reveal themselves. And you don't necessarily have to jump on them, but, at least, look at them and see if they make sense to you. And if it feels right, or if you're sensing this is something I need to do, go in that direction, because it's going to be very important. This month, there's a lot of focus on things pertaining to your health matters of yourself or other people, possibly relationship-oriented, because of the Pluto now entering your 6th house, and Venus will also enter the 6th house this month. So things having to do with taking care of your daily routine, any health matters pertaining to yourself, or, like I said, other people, or maybe even pets. This could be on the table. So let's start off and give you an overview of what I see here. So first off, as we start off on the very first day of December, we have a new moon in Sagittarius right there in the 4th house. It's going to be at 9 degrees. So wherever that 9 degrees is in your birth chart, that's the area you want to look at. So it's making a favorable alignment to Mars, and it's also making a square to Saturn. So something to do with a relationship or a situation with another, possibly a job, or, like a family member you're needing to take care of, or there's a lot of responsibility here that I'm seeing with this new moon. Now, if that doesn't ring a bell, then it's possibly that you're thinking about moving, or maybe you have a roommate situation and you need to resolve this issue, or maybe you're thinking about remodeling in some way, okay, because that is what the 4th house represents. And Sagittarius is all about learning and philosophy and looking at the bigger picture. So many of you may be thinking about traveling or exploring or visiting someplace you've been before, because Mercury is retrograde. Okay, so this is what this new moon is going to highlight. And so, do the best you can. A lot of emotions around this new moon because it's the 4th house, which has to do with feelings. And so family and feelings are definitely in the picture as well. So maybe you're visiting family for the holidays, And so this is going to be the primary focus, at least for the next 2 weeks until the full moon. Next, we have Mars going retrograde in Leo. So this happens about every 2 years or so. And this time it's in the sign of Leo, the sign before yours, in the 12th house. So this has a lot to do with your motivation, and it has a lot to do with the spiritual realm. That's what the 12th house represents. So while it starts off in Leo, it will backtrack into Cancer in the 11th house again around January the 5th and 6th. And so what this is suggesting is a slowdown and reflection on where you've been, what you've been up to, the people in your life, your spiritual identity in a sense. Who are you? What am I doing here? How can I help others? How can I take care of myself? That sort of thing. And this is all going to be on the table with this Mars in retrograde in Leo. Leo is also creativity, so you might find yourself revisiting the past in some sort of creative endeavor. Maybe you've always wanted to do art or express yourself or sing, and so you need to pay attention to that because this will be on the table as well. Okay, so definitely a lot of interesting dynamics that are happening here during this retrograde phase, by the way, which will last until February, the end of February. And so, but like I said, it will switch signs from Leo into Cancer on January the 5th and 6th. And it'll stay there for a while. And then when it goes direct, it'll come out of Cancer. And I believe it goes back into Leo in April. So it's going to be a very long time with this retrograde and revisiting the past and then moving forward again. Now, Venus enters Aquarius on the 7th right there, and it runs right into Pluto. And so this is a conjunction. This is very powerful. We need to really pay attention because this has to do with health matters. It has to do with relationships of all kinds. It may even have to do with financial matters. And so I'm seeing some tricky things going on here just from the astrology having to do with your job or your sense of purpose, or like I said, something to do with a health matter. If it's not yourself, maybe it's somebody else or maybe a pet or something that you're dealing with. So it's a very tricky time with this Venus conjuncting Pluto, right around the 6th and 7th, right in that zone. And of course, as Venus makes its way past Pluto, it will begin to oppose Mars. So there's where we have some more tension in the air, more restless energy, and the nervous energy gets amped up even more. So again, this is why I say it's a weird month. So do the best you can. Neptune goes direct in Pisces also later on the 7th, which is okay. This has a lot to do with relationships. So there's a feeling that I need to move forward with my endeavors. I need to, try new things. I need to be around more spiritual people, more artists or something along those lines. And so this will continue to move forward until it finally leaves the 7th house and into the 8th house. I believe it's in March, and then Saturn will also follow in May of next year. So both of these planets will be out of your 7th house into the 8th house. So major transformations in those areas. Now, the full moon on the 15th is going to be in Gemini in the career sector, right up here. It'll be at 23 degrees, opposing the full moon, and it will be squaring Neptune right there. So again, we're looking at very tricky alignments having to do with emotions and feelings and sense of purpose and career and, family dynamics. These are all on the table here that I'm seeing. It could be a partnership that is just, needs to end, or there has to be an important conversation with this individual because there just seems to be too much on the table here that you're going to be dealing with another, okay? And so, the energy level will start feeling really wonky at this point because of the influence of Mercury on Gemini. Gemini is associated with Mercury just like Virgo is. So there's definitely emotions in the air flying high around this full moon. So do the best you can. Now, Mercury goes direct, fortunately, later on in the day, right there, and it'll start moving direct and move forward over the course of the next couple of days. And so maybe you're revisiting a conversation, needing to resolve some issues with another, getting some clarity on the home situation, whatever that may be, and, coming to terms with something. So that's what I'm seeing here with Mercury moving forward in Sagittarius. Now, the Sun enters Capricorn on the 21st and 22nd, right here in your 5th house of creativity. So this is a time where you're feeling now a little bit better and you're feeling a little bit more excited about new endeavors or new responsibilities or a new job or somebody new in your life and, being more playful. 5th house is absolutely about being more playful. So I would highly suggest that. So take advantage of that energy as it's moving through the 5th house. But here we have the second new moon in Capricorn in the 5th house as well, and that'll be at 9 degrees. So this one, again, is suggesting something new coming into your life. So this is all between the 21st and the 30th, when the sun and then the new moon highlights this fifth house. So it suggests, playfulness. It suggests a new endeavor, possibly maybe a new love in your life. Just love what you're doing and being excited about it and just wanting to enjoy. That is that possibility as well too. Okay, if you have children, this could also highlight children as well. So it could be a new job, it could be a new way of doing things, new goals, whatever it is. Between the two new moons, they're highlighting this foundation here. So let's say if you decide to move, you got a lot of new creativity. Maybe you're meeting some new people and you got invited to events and parties and so on and so forth. That is a possibility as well too. Okay, so there you have it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more or you want to hear more, I do extended horoscope videos for each month in my inner circle. So consider joining. There I do the extended versions of the horoscope. Then I do the weekly astrology. We do Zoom calls every Sunday, and we talk about all kinds of things. People ask me about their birth charts. We discuss current events. I'm even doing remote viewing now in the community where I give people a target. We tune into it every week, and we figure out what the target is. So there's a lot to cover in the community, so consider joining. Anyway, have a great month, Virgo and Virgo rising. Do the best you can, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.